Hi viewers, Arthmael here with another build video. This time I'm just bringing one of my demon hunters that I've been working on. I'm sort of calling it the Natalya's Strafe build. I know a lot of people have got different variations of this build out there, but I find this works quite well for me, particularly in T6 rifts, and I know things are going to change up quite a bit once the new patch 2.3 hits with all the build variation, but you can see my guy looks pretty cool here. I've actually transmogged most of his stuff into the Unhallowed Essence set, so he looks pretty nifty. We'll have a look at some of the gear and skills and Paragon Point, and then we'll jump into a riff. So for the actual gear setup, I'm pretty much using all of the Natalya set, as well as a couple of pieces from the Marauder set and one of the new belts that obviously goes with Reign of Vengeance. So we'll have a look at those. So I'm using Natalya's boots, the chest armor, the helm. Now in the helm I'm actually running a diamond just to reduce the cooldown of my skills so that I can spam Reign of Vengeance a bit more. The gloves, the ring, and in this particular ring I've got the legendary gem for the Gogok of Swiftness, just so we can have more attack speed and also more cooldown reduction. The weapon, I'm obviously running Natalya's Slayer. It'd be nice if I could find an ancient version, but this is pretty good that I found so far. You'll notice between my weapon and my chest piece that I'm actually running a bit of hatred regen, just so that we've got strafe, like enough hatred to run strafe as much as possible. To complement the Reign of Vengeance set as part of Natalya's, we've also got the new belt, Crashing Rain. I managed to find an ancient one. It's not too bad. I do run it sometimes, this particular build, with Witching Hour that I've got, because I find it does a lot more damage, but obviously our toughness goes down a little bit. But this particular one rolled with some fairly decent stats, and the Rain of Damage Crashing Beast that gets triggered when you call it does about 4,000% damage, so that's pretty cool. I've teamed it up with the Marauder's pants and shoulders so that we're getting all our companions to help us and they're called to our side. Running the Royal Ring of Grandeur, of course, and in that I've got the legendary gem, the Gem of Efficacious Toxin. I just find it works quite well. The poison damage as well as the increased damage from all sources that you get once it's ranked to 25. The second weapon that I'm actually running, so I'm not running another quiver but another weapon, I'm running Danetta's Revenge. It's an ancient version which I found, which is really quite effective. The actual legendary proc where the Vault gains the effect of the Rattling Roll rune works quite well, so you sort of run in and stun all your enemies and then do your Reign of Vengeance and kill them all off. My braces, I'm actually just running the best that I've found so far in the way of ancient version, which is the Promise of Glory. I'm finding that my follower, which is the Scoundrel, he blinds people, so I do get the occasional extra Nephilim Glory Globe, but it's really mainly for the stats that it's got on it at the moment. My amulet, I'm also in the same sort of league. It's just an ancient one that I found that has some fairly decent rolls on it. I've been trying to get the critical hit damage to be a bit higher, but I'll work on re-rolling that one. But it's also got the legendary gem, the Bane of the Powerful, so that I'm getting that increased damage for a lot of the time as well. Having a look at the skills, so I'm running a couple of skills that probably a lot of people will change up, but I'm finding that I use Hungering Arrow, Shattering Shot for just sort of my primary hatred generator, not that I usually use that very much. You'll see I'm pretty much jumping in and grabbing health globes all the time to increase my hatred and discipline as much as possible. My main skill, which is Strafe, and I'm using Drifting Shadow, so these are fairly much all lightning based ones. I just find this works the best because you're moving around at the same speed that you would be as your normal movement speed. For some increased damage, we're running Vengeance. Again, another lightning based version with the Dark Heart rune. Vault with Tumble, so it reduces our discipline and we're able to vault more often, and that in conjunction with the Rattling Roll rune, which comes off of the Danetta's Revenge weapon. Our second main skill that we use a lot of is Reign of Vengeance. So this one I'm using the lightning based rune, which is Shade, and it gives a lot of damage. My companions, I'm also running for passive skills perfectionist, so that we've got some increased armor and resistance, as well as some more discipline, so we can sort of vault around and have a bit more movement. Blood vengeance, so we're increasing our hatred, and then again every time we find those health globes we're increasing our hatred and discipline. Archery, so we've got two-hand crossbows, so we're running those and we get the actual 5% critical hit chance as well as the hatred regen per second. And then ambush, so we deal 40% damage to enemies above 75% health. So it sort of works in conjunction with each other, and I sort of run around, and you'll see that I jump into packs mainly because with the Natalyas, the actual 6-set bonus, you actually get increased damage and you take reduced damage, so it's pretty easy to vault into a group, not be too scared that you're going to get killed straight away and hit your Rain of Vengeance and that sort of thing. So Paragon points, I'm lucky because I'm up near 700, so I was able to distribute them a bit, but pretty much I'm running full maximum hatred, a little bit into movement speed, and the remainder into dexterity for my core skills. My offense, I'm running full critical hit damage, then critical hit chance, cooldown reduction, and then attack speed. In defense, we're running life, armor, resist all, and the remainder into life regen. And for our utility skills, it's area damage, resource cost reduction, life on hit, and then the remainder into gold find. Right, we'll head into a rift and see how the actual set works. Again, like, this isn't the best version of it. I could have some better items, and I know people use some different type of skill setup, but I find this works quite well for me, and we can get through a rift fairly quickly. So you'll see we do a lot of strafing and then just hitting our Rain of Vengeance. The more strafing we do, the more cooldown it gives us for our Rain of Vengeance, and then we can just actually kill off everything that's in the way. Also, when you use Rain of Vengeance, you get increased damage, so you pretty much strafe around and just able to one-shot or two-shot things with your strafe. So we've got a group of elites here. You can see that my Rain of Vengeance just does some intense damage sometimes, particularly with that crashing beast. And that's why I sort of get into the middle of things and not afraid to be in the middle of the fight, I suppose you'd say. Again, there's better versions out there, but this works quite well for me. Do a bit of a run around, see if we can get some more baddies, and then hopefully trigger the Rift Guardian. We'll head over to the next set. You'll notice that I pick up a lot of health globes, like I was saying before, just mainly to increase my discipline and hatred regen. Does have a few issues, like at the moment I have a few issues with like crowd control and being stuck under some of those infects, but it's not too bad. It could be worse. Go to the chest, see if there's any. Get these guys. So pretty much one shot. Some of the elites. Like that. It's a pity that the crashing beast area isn't a little bit bigger, because I think it would do so much more damage. But as you can see, I'm pretty much annihilating packs as they come along anyway. Again, using the strafe just to get around and also reduce the cooldown. So we just move to our next pack and eliminate them. We've got the Rift Guardian now, we'll just get rid of these guys and then head for him. So I'll hit Rain of Vengeance. I normally use Vengeance itself at this point as well, just because I find that it works quite well bringing the Rift Guardian down fairly quickly. And there we go. So he's all finished off. We'll just pick up a few of these items and head back to town. So that's the build video so far. I'm going to keep working on it, some better iterations obviously, and depending on how quickly patch 2.3 is released, there'll be some more changes, I'm sure, to a lot of builds based on that. Hope you enjoyed the video and it had a little bit of info. Feel free to subscribe if you're enjoying the videos that I produce and that are coming up. I'm going to try and make as many as possible, particularly it's going to be a good time once patch 2.3 hits. Again, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.